My name is Pastor Dennis R. Rouse Sr., and I am the pastor of the Evening Star Missionary Baptist Church at 1051 Mississippi, and we are a part of the South Memphis Shalom Zone. The aspects that we celebrate in our community is the revitalization, for one. To know the history of that particular area that our church is in. At one time, it was a very affluent community, and the South Memphis Shalom Zone has helped us to look at what other people were seeing to be maybe even a desolate area, to look and see the richness that's still there. And so once we see that richness still being there, by focusing on not only what we don't have, but what we do have, then it engages us to start trying to strive toward revitalization. I think it's the spirit of the community. When you look at the churches that are surrounded in that particular area, and also the Lemoyne College is there, the revitalization of Soulsville. Now we have the Stacks Museum, we have Soulsville, we have the revitalization of Lemoyne Garden, which has been renovated. It's sort of kind of like, I don't know, the phoenix sort of kind of rising from the ashes, if you will, and it's just been resilient like that. And so I just believe that now that the Shalom Zone has put roots down there, I think we're going to see greater things happen in the community. One thing it has done to us is it has engaged us and got us outside of our churches working together. We had kind of became like fortresses, individual fortresses. We come to do our thing and then we'll go home. Now we're talking to each other, we're engaging one another, we're putting our hands and head together. And so that's helped to lift up our community, and it's just a beautiful thing to walk the community. And as a black man, black pastor, we see a lot of blight, we see a lot of helplessness, but then the people respond to you in a positive way. So we're just excited about what's going on over there. One church in particular is my good friend, Pastor Marlon Foster, down at Christ Quest. And we affectionately call our churches the churches without walls. And then what we're trying to do is we're just trying to do whatever we can to preach Christ and Him crucified, to preach healing and deliverance, and just to let the people know that there's hope. We're trying to let them know that there's hope. Actually, story is that I'm actually from North Memphis, but over 3 decades ago, I met my wife, who lives in South Memphis, in that area that's surrounded by Shalom Zone. She went to Southside High School, and I met her, and we fell in love, and we got married within a year span. So when I got married to her, I joined Greater New Salem, which is one of the other churches in the Shalom Zone. And so I've been working in ministry over in that area for about 30 years. I got roots over there in the South Memphis area as it relates to the Shalom Zone, just doing ministry, just being out there among the people and just reaching and touching them. Jesus said, "How will men know that you are my disciples except you have love for the brethren?" And so I try to use Him as an example and try to meet them at their point of their need, and then meet it with love, not with any condemnation or anything of that nature. Just meet them with love. I see great things. I see South Memphis becoming a beacon of hope. I see South Memphis being a shining star on the boulevard. I see gated communities, even, and homes, and people coming back to that South Memphis area and just falling in love with it all over again. I see a lot of things on the horizon for it. It's going to be a place to be, and I'm proud to be in that area and proud to be pastoring there. CTC helped me in that before I got involved with CTC, I wanted better for our church. I wanted better for the community, but I really honestly wasn't focusing on what the community had. I focused on what the community didn't have. We didn't have this and we didn't have that. But CTC came along and changed it, or refocused our attention, particularly mine, on what we actually had. We focused on the positive. We accentuated the positive that we did had and started working on what we had, and then that began to cascade, and we really saw that, hey, we got a lot more than we think we have. All we got to do is just look at it and recognize what it is. So it helped us refocus on what we had and showed us that we already were equipped to do the job. We just was looking in the wrong area, in the wrong places. When I see our young people listen attentively to some of the veterans that have been in the community for a long time, and listen to their stories and listen to their struggles and listen to them tell them about what they had to go to get where they are now, I can see our young people appreciating the trailblazers that came before them, and I can see them now more willing to grab hold to the mantle and make sure that they are leading and helping make South Memphis be a better place to live and to work and to play. What would be my what if in South Memphis? One of my what ifs would be is that, what if South Memphis was the place that most people wanted to raise their families in now? What if South Memphis was a place that new business want to come and start new business and new industry? What if South Memphis was a place where charter schools would be open, and job training and all these other things that will help make the community grow and blossom? Those would be my what if. Those are the kind of things I see coming down the line for South Memphis.